Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm here to present the spreadsheet I'm doing for the game. It's not completed, but it already has a lot of information. And I mean a lot, so guys, let's go see. And for that we need to go to the spreadsheet, so let's go. So here he is, the spreadsheet. This is the info page. It has the index with the content, list of useful links. This is because I've posted the spreadsheet in GameFAQs and Steam forums, and sometimes in other spreadsheets I've done for other games, like for example Persona 3 Reload. There are people that help me compile information. The spreadsheet is open to edit, so it's easier for people to come and help if they want. I have this here for them to post their names if they help. Even when people help, I think there isn't any single one of them that actually put their name on the place I've let it, but who knows. The link will be on the description, like always. So first of all, we have a missions reward. Yeah, this is already on the game. This is only to be able to quickly see the available rewards. Same thing with some kind of other information. It's available in the game, that you need to go through menus. It's boring. Sometimes it's not easy to search information, so it's already compiled here. This is the special reward for each mission and the condition, and there's some additional info sometimes. For example, this one, it says we need for getting the special reward, we need to harvest all resources on the map, and there's only 4, and this is the reward. Unfortunately, this is only one time. I'm pretty sure it's only one time, because if not, it will be very good, very cool. Enemy presentation. This is here only to help people identify the enemies. For example, if they're farming a specific enemy, let's say, oh, they are updating a weapon, and they ask, for example, you need the Willow Engine all-purpose MK4, and they do, well, I need to fight an all-purpose biped, but is it, for example, this one or this one? They may be different, especially for newcomers. Here I have all the information, all the enemies in the game. The only ones that are not all, it's the humanoid, because the only thing that changes is the faction. And this is the big image. That's why, in terms of humanoids, there are only 2 kinds of enemies: sinners and accessories, and the difference between them is that sinners possess the thorns and accessories don't. But there's a little more to that in different enemies. For example, this one is the all-purpose biped, as you can see from the appearance. If, for example, I go to the Red Rage, visually, if you're not exactly sure from the difference between abductors, you can say that this is an all-purpose biped, but no, it's the Red Rage. And when you open the image, I have a little bit of information here. It has a unique color. This, in place of being gray, like it's for all abductors, is kind of black reddish. This is the unique color for the Red Rage, and there's actually Red Rage MK1 and MK2. For example, the heat resistant. Come on. It has a unique color and a unique part. Unique color in the case of the heat resistant is red, not orange yellowish like the other abductors, and unique part is here on the hip. We can see better on the, now that we saw the heat resistant. This is the electro resistant, and as you can see, the unique part is different. It has a unique color, purple. Same thing with the cold resistant one, unique color, blue, and unique part is kind of this ice. This is the one that is easier to explain the difference, especially if we compare to the all-purpose biped, the normal one, as you can see. Continue. We have enemy by mission. Yet these two, you can go to the mission and open the menu and see the enemies inside. Same thing with fill the resources. But you need to go to the menu and see mission by mission, and here you don't need, everything is in here already. And this is more like you to help you prepare for the next mission. For example, you want to go do the Retribution 104. You know that your enemies in that mission will be the Diana Alpha and the Paradox Alpha. So you can go for your loadout and put augmentations that increase damage against these enemies or defense against these enemies. Change the models and or weapon and things like that. This is more for helping you prepare for the missions. Then I have the list of the enemies. This is the list for abductors. For example, you need to farm artillery biped 1k1. This is the missions where you can find an enemy. And this for all abductors. For example, you want the electro-resistant code 5 exam and the mission 47. This is I wouldn't write code 5 exam or code 4 exam, code 3 exam each time. So it's here in the example for the code 2 exam equals C2E. For special operations is op and then the number of the operation. It goes from 100 to 109 and then from 300 to 310. I don't think there's a special operation retribution 110. I'm not sure. At least I haven't got it, but so I think that it don't exist. I'm not sure, but I think that retributions go from 100 to 109 and liquidations go from 300 to 310. It's all special operation. For the showdown operations, that are missions where you fight one single enemy. So if you need to farm a specific abductor, it's the best place to go. But in terms of abductors, it's start at MK3. There's mission for all-purpose, quadruped, artillery. I think for one of each almost. And it's on the grade of MK3 and higher. Same thing for the small abductors, the armored, carrier, marksman, melee, mobile types. Those ones are the presentation. Are these ones, the little ones, armored, carrier, marksman, melee, and mobile. So same thing. Same thing for the human factions, inclusive the unique enemies. Natalia and Natalia accessory and Hope agents is only for the code 7 exam, and Able is only for the mission 7-4 with the red rage. It's a story. Then I have enemy drops. Yeah, I have enemy drops, and this took quite some time to do. Again, it's all-purpose. This guy, in this case, biped, has the parts for you to break, and the drops from parts, where in each mission you can find the enemy, specific enemy. So it's kind of a compilation of the other tabs that you can see directly, but I haven't done an image for all-purpose biped MK1, another image for all-purpose biped MK2. No, they're in a group. For the quadruped, that's the thing. This is a kind of a special case. Why? Because quadruped, it's the same thing for all quadrupeds. All-purpose artillery and carry. From the drops for the lower part of the body. I'm speaking for the legs. That's why it's here. Lower half drops are the same for all quadruped models. Lower, not a upper. For arms, head and things, it can change. But for the lower part of the of the drops, the 7, 8, 9 and 10. Leg, thorax, tail and nail. It's the same for all. That's why I only have one image, but you can see that here you can find for the quadrupeds all-purpose quadruped, artillery quadruped and carrier quadruped. For the bipeds I have specific artillery, all-purpose, the cold resistant, electro resistant and heat resistant. I could have done this on a single image. But I think because they're different, and to be easier if you don't go for the enemy presentation and come here directly, so you can see the difference between these ones and the all-purpose and normal all-purpose. Same thing with the Red Rage. In certain cases, I think this one here. In certain cases, I have kind of these circles to help identify the parts that need to be aimed for a break. For example, the Paradoxa, at the beginning of the fight, it is fully armored. At around 50% health, if you don't, you will expel the armor. Even if you haven't broken the armor before, you will expel it. And you will be like this, smaller and kind of quicker maybe? Yeah, I think we can say it's a little bit quicker. And the legs do have some drops. This is the armor, they only have the same drop. But the legs have another drop, but you can only access after breaking the armor or after the Paradox expels it. There are 4 types: Paradoxa, Paradoxa Alpha, Special Type, Special S Type, Desk Gray, Special S Type, Rust Red. And again, the missions where you can find those enemies. T-Type, C-Type, D-Type, the Dragon. The small enemies, I put it all on the same image, because they only have 4 drops and they are always the same. The only thing that changes, for example, here, Reward 1, Carapace. The drop will be, like is here on the example, Carapace, Armored MK1 for the armor type. If it's for the melee type, it will says Carapace melee MK1. That's why I haven't done an image for each one of those, because they're basically the same. But here you can see the missions where each one of those types are found. Yeah. It took time, guys. It really took. Okay, after this are the images, but I'm creating a list one, but it will work in conjunction with the images. For example, if you go to your inventory, it will say Carapace Armored MK1, Carapace Armored MK2, MK3, MK4. But so I wouldn't put every single one of this, because if not, the list will be 4 times longer, and there isn't a need for that. So I'm only saying the general drop. In this case, Carapace Armored. The classification in the menu, this is general S is small, and the enemy source is from the different grades of armored types: MK1, MK1, MK2, 3, and 4. So you can go for the drop image to have a little bit more information. This is the general L. It's for abductors. As you can see, it's the same thing. This is how I organize it, so the list will be way smaller than it will be otherwise, and there isn't exactly a need to have the MK1, MK2, MK3, MK4 on the resource, but I need to add the on-height ones. This is for the T-types, the Tiger, the S-type, the Spiders, the D-type, the Dragons, the C-type, I don't even know what to call that thing. Let me show you. Enemy presentation. Where is the seat? Where is this? Here. The others, I can say it's a tiger, a spider, or a dragon, but this thing, it's a C-type. I can't help you much with that. So, continue. This is the drop in drop list. This is the field resources that you can find in each mission, organized by filtered by missions, as you can see. These are the resources you can find, and you can see in each mission you can find, but this is how I had organized it first. I didn't want to delete it, but I created another one. This is a mission filter, that's how I called it, but here is by resource filter. So what do you want? Let's say you want ruined conductive coil ultra high quality. That is the item that you need to upgrade a weapon from 9 to 10, the impact model. And there's only 5 missions where you can get the special operation or retribution 101, the 102 and the 105. So here it's way easier to search a specific resource you want. If that resource can be won as a mission reward, it's marked here. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of field resources that are mission rewards, but if it's the case, you can see here that it's a mission reward, which is very helpful. Weapon drops and module drops. I want to add information here. This is very recent that I had it. That's why it almost had no information, but it's easier to add. But I need to redo the missions. That's something that I need to do, and you will see another reason just in a few tabs. This is the element overview. It only explains what the elements do and which elements are on the game. Impact is something isolated by itself. It deals stagger damage, because the abductors have a hidden stagger meter, and the impact causes stagger damage. But for fire, ice, electric, low, they are strong and weak between itself. Willow, it's stronger than fire. Fire beats ice. Ice, electricity. Electricity, willow, and you can see it's simple. This is kind of new too. This is for adding elements. When you use a resource, there are resources you can use to add value of element. Oh, the I forgot the word. To increase the value or decrease the value. For example, Cinnabarite adds 2 fire, but Bituminous Coal reduces the value by 2. This is the only resource I have in this moment, that's why it's here. One thing I noticed is the resources that reduce element looks like at the maximum you can reduce more than you can increase of something on the same grade, something like that. These ones, why are these ones here? It's only that I didn't have at the moment where I've posted this information. I didn't have any weapon with the high enough element, so I can see the maximum of the element that is subtracted. That's why it's here like this. This is something I will do. I had started this tab before, but the way I was doing was actually not relevant at all. Why? I had the game kinda has it's not kinda, it has rarities for citizens, but they don't give them a name. But there are 5 of them. You can see them for the colors. Gray is the lowest rarity, white is the highest. And for what I could see, each rarity has values that range. For example, rarity 1 from E to C. I think it's possible to be higher, maybe even go to S, but Because I think before I had only saw E and D, and then when I was doing the missions to see the cities that we got at the end, I then saw that one of the rarities was an aptitude, was higher possible aptitude than I saw before. These are the ranges that I saw. That doesn't mean that they can go higher or lower than that. This is the ones that I saw. I was putting the names of each possible citizen we got, and the attitude for each for each part, but at the end it was not relevant. Why? Because I thought first that we will always get the same citizen, but that's an error on my part. And the reason I got that idea is that I farmed the coach to exam so many times, forgetting Julian as a citizen, because I used him for upgrading my modules and to farm for EP entitlement points. So I've done that's the mission I've done the most, but by a very long margin. So that was my error. Now what I want to do is well, this is for information on the specific mission I'm doing. The rarities of citizens we can get in that mission. For example, rarity 1, rarity 2. The highest we see in the mission the number of citizens that we need to complete that mission. Why this highest rarity means? For example, there's a mission that says, let's say we need to save 3 citizens, and from those 3 citizens, for example, one is rarity 1, and the other, and then we have 2 rarity 2. And like this we have the 3. Yeah, I need to see how I put the information here. This is only to give you an example. Here we have 3 citizens, but they will not be the same rarity, and this happens a lot. For example, 3 we have 2 from one lower, for example rarity 1 in one rarity 2. Another thing that is impossible, that's very important to know about the citizens when you go to get citizens. It doesn't happen all the time. Again, I repeat, it doesn't happen all the time. It's here, but it's possible to save more citizens than the mission requires. For example, I knew that, I think it's in code 2, if I'm not mistaken. There's a mission that requires 3 citizens to beat the mission, but you can actually get 5. If, as you know, when you complete the mission, you have 45 seconds until the mission is over. That you go for the menu saying what you got from that mission. In those 45 seconds, if you are able to get any available citizen and save it, you can keep it, so you can have more. For example, the Retribution 100 requires 3 citizens, but you can have 5 easily, which is very good, especially because it's a Retribution. This is a small guide for the rank 8 missions, because in terms of story, you get the seed, and Simeon says to you, plant the seed, it's okay, but then you have 4 paths that you can go with him, and the game objective only says take part in contribution missions, and that's it. And I will be okay. So I tracked the sentence reduction that we needed to each time advance on the rewards. For example, we plant the seed, we get the first mission from Simeon. We reduce our sentence by 10k years. Again, sentence. because while I was searching, there were people that was speaking of acquiring AP, and it's not AP. You need to reduce your sentence, because it's way easier to get 10k EP than reduce your sentence by 10k years. Receive and complete mission 8-1, go get the second reward from Simeon, then we need to reduce your sentence by 20k years. This is the example. This is only a little guide. It's more like a reference, not exactly a guide, but this is why it's here. And if you go to the spreadsheet and this tab is still here, don't pay attention to that. It's something that I was using for testing. I will delete it later, so don't pay attention to that. Okay guys, this is my spreadsheet. I hope it helps people. Let me know in the comments. So guys, like always, rest well and there's out.